Welcome back to I'm your host, Ricky, with my co-host today, Pete.
Yo.
And today we're hitting with you basketball, and as you can tell by the title card, Invincible. We have our discussion for the basketball first round playoffs and injury reports and things like that. And then we also got our take on Invincible Season 4, what our thoughts are, what our first impressions, our rewatch, and then we've got our song of the week for you, and we've wrapped up this week.
That is very true.
So, all right, Pete, let's get this on the road.
Okie dokie. Let's start with our NBA playoffs. So far, the only one that we actually have correct in our calling is the Thunder beating the number 8 seed Suns. They swept the series 4-0.
So, yeah, we have a Wemby-less Spurs team, but that does open up the lanes for the rest of the players because now everybody's more involved. It's less Wemby-centric, which is a good thing, but also a bit bad because...
But it's also not slowing them down any, which is
your
nice.
star player.
Yeah. It's not slowing the Spurs down any either. They lost the one game, and then the series was tied 1-1, and they swept the last two.
They lost the one game by what? A few points? A few baskets?
I believe so. That was the game Wemby went down.
It was like 104 to
they
106.
haven't lost. Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, so that was just the shock of Wemby going down. These boys are rolling, so I still got them going all the way to the finals.
Same.
All right.
Along with tomorrow night, the Timberwolves have a chance to finish the series against the Nuggets. They currently lead 3-2. Tomorrow night, the Lakers have the chance to do the same against the Rockets. They lead 3-1.
I laughed pretty hard because the Nuggets and the Wolves played, I think, yesterday or a few days ago. And Nikola Jokic got his underwear stolen in the locker room.
What the hell?
He lost. He got some shit from one of the players on the Wolves team. And then he went to go shower and like cool off. And apparently lost. Someone stole his underwear.
That's insane. All right.
So I thought that was pretty funny.
And I hit up the Lakers. They have a chance to finish their series. They lead 3-1. The Orlando Magic surprisingly has a chance to finish the Detroit Pistons tomorrow as they currently lead the series 3-1.
Orlando was the lower seed, correct?
They are the 8th seed. The Pistons are the 1 seed.
Is there about to be an upset here?
There might be.
Holy shit.
It'll all come down to tomorrow night if the Magic will take the win and they upset the Pistons. Along with tomorrow night, the Cavaliers and Raptors will play their 5th game for the lead of the series going into Game 6 afterwards. This will be Game 5 for them. And then tonight, the Knicks and the Hawks will play for the lead as well. They are both tied 2-2.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's going to be an interesting one. Thunder currently sitting at home doing nothing. But by next week, we will have the next portion of the bracket ready to predict just about.
We'll have our new picks and any adjustments we have to make on these picks because of injuries or illness reports will be done.
Exactly. All right. I guess that will lead.
That really is to
pretty fast, I guess. Invincible.
Mm-hmm.
Or do you want to go song of the week?
No, we can go Invincible.
All right, Invincible.
We'll go Invincible. So if y'all don't know, this show written and developed by Robert Kirkman was produced by Amazon. And it's called Invincible. And it's a different take on superheroes, like stories. Like they have pretty common tropes, yes, but it's pretty much the what would happen if Superman was
Evil.
What would happen if Superman was a Saiyan without any lasers? That's the premise.
Yeah. Actually, yeah.
And didn't land on Earth as a baby.
But came in as an adult.
Yeah.
Very different.
It's a good story, I think, that we just summarized it really bad, and we'll go over seasons 1, 2, and 3 at another time.
Currently, we want to hit on season 4 as it quite literally ended a week ago tomorrow.
Yeah. It's what a shock, too.
Oh, yeah.
How are we going to do? You want an episode by episode breakdown, or you want to hit the highlights, or?
We can go episode by episode for a little bit. We're still like.
Episode 1 was. Episode 1, 2, and 3 were released at once, right?
I believe so.
Or just 1 and 2?
I believe they were all released at once. The first 3 episodes.
Because episode 3, I think, was the Damien Darkblood episode.
No, That was episode 4. That was Herm.
It was Nolan Mark.
Making the World a Better Place was episode 1. Episode 2 was I'll Give You the Grand Tour.
And episode 3 was...
I Gotta Get Some Air.
Yeah, and then 4 was Hell.
4 was Hell, Herm. Because then episode 5 gave us a very iconic little moment.
Okay, so let's start with episode 1. At the ending of season 3 of Viltrumite, by the name of Conquest, appeared on Earth and fought Mark to the death, pretty much.
Yeah.
Mark thought he killed him. He didn't kill him. And Mark's dealing with the aftermath of the Invincible War and the Conquest battle. He's helping out, catch villains, and rebuild the Earth and the major population cities.
Yeah. This one also saw the introduction of Universa and then the dinosaur fellow.
Yeah, Dinosaurus was here. Universa was here. It was a resolution to the Sequid's storyline.
It led up into that one. That one came.
And also Eve losing her powers.
Which
was a neat little...
yeah, that one was the Sequid story.
That one was a bit interesting because she's an all-powerful being and her powers aren't working, and it leaves like a little mystery for a little bit. But
there's a lot that happened in this episode, actually.
It was really packed. Like, I feel like they didn't waste too much time doing anything. Because even when you open the story, you catch a montage of Mark and Oliver catching criminals, and I think they were just catching criminals, right? They were just working.
Putting in the work, saving people, making sure everything stayed at some type of order.
We catch Mark figuring out that his no-kill rule might be a little horseshit.
Yeah.
And all of it's progressively getting worse throughout the show, so throughout this episode. So in the first little montage, he'll punch through a tree and he hits one of the villains. And that's his first sign that he's getting more aggressive. He almost kills Dinosaurus.
Yeah.
And then he does kill Russ Livingston, which was an astronaut saved with the...
Sequid.
Yeah.
Because that was after he didn't really beat Universa. That was Eve. But
yeah, Eve beat Universa. But yeah, it was overall a good episode. I didn't expect Mark to start killing this soon. If I'm being honest with you, there's no... I like the little take they do with him. He gets more self-conscious about it. It's not just I killed him, or what it is. No, he's filled with grief and guilt from it.
Yeah.
It was nice that episode 2 dealt with Nolan and Alan.
I've slept in far worse places than this.
Their little escapades and gathering Viltrumite weapons to kill the Viltrumites, right?
This episode started out with the introduction of the Scourge virus.
Yeah. And
that was this one.
The Scourge virus and Nolan's upbringing, wasn't it?
Yeah, Nolan, who was who entered adulthood at the time as the Scourge virus came and hit Viltrum.
Yeah, and it wiped out 90% of the population, or like 99.
Left him, I think this was the one that left him like at 50.
Yeah.
So this is also the first introduction
of Grand Regent Thrag.
Grand Regent Thrag, after Conquest escaped
from Earth,
from his little prison.
Which is a little dumb, by the way. I don't know why Cecil assumed that, was it 5 tons or 6 tons of cement was going to hold him?
It's like 5 tons of cement, and then it was all rigged to explode. It was like, I think it was like a good couple warheads just to be safe, and it didn't do anything.
I don't know why he assumed that would work, considering that Mark probably gets through that.
The whole thing, if I remember correctly, was that like he was encased, and if he had moved an inch, the whole thing was rigged to explode, and he moved.
He moved and got out.
He got out, and it never exploded until after.
Like, I don't know what he was expecting.
No.
We saw the introduction of the Ragnars. And Space Racer.
Space Racer. The Ragnars, the Beatles.
The Beatles.
For the Jews. And then the improved Scourge virus from Thetis.
Yeah. We see Nolan confronting Thetis about that. We also start to suspect that the mole inside the coalition is one of the
twins.
Yeah. It sets up a lot of it. and it was real action packed, but it didn't feel too boring.
No.
Episode 3 is the next point. We pick up right after Mark killed Russ Livingston.
Yeah.
That one was crazy.
Saw the return of
The Flaxons.
The yeah.
Yeah, the Flaxons returned.
Yeah, the Flaxons.
Mr. Liu returned as well.
And Titan.
I don't know why it was so packed this season. Like,
I don't know either.
I feel like the Flaxons on their own should have been their own episode, and Mr. Liu should have been his own episode. But we had Mark dealing with the Flaxons after killing Russ Livingston, and Oliver dealing with Mr. Liu with Titan.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to see Mark once again on the verge of killing Titan.
Because he was pissed off with...
Titan had been manipulating him for the last 3 seasons.
And he finally broke when he got his brother involved.
And Mr. Liu almost ate him.
Yep.
And then we see Monster Girl and Robot get stuck in the Flaxon universe trying to save ours.
Yeah. They got technically like unintentionally stuck. It was really just a Flaxon that had enough knowledge. So like, let me shoot this thing and trap you here.
He stopped the rest of the Guardians from getting out there.
Yeah. And Mark. But
yeah, and Mark.
Of course, Cecil was pissed.
Yeah.
That's okay.
What else happened that episode? Eve's powers started progressively getting worse.
Eve's powers progressively got worse, and I believe this...
You know what? This was the episode her powers completely shut off, right?
Yeah, this was the dinner.
This was the episode where Universa happened?
No.
No.
This
is the one where she was playing with she was trying to make constructs and it kept turning liquid. She was out there in that field.
Yeah, because at the end of this episode, you find out.
She's pregnant.
She's pregnant. That was the great.
Yeah, that was it on episode 3. Yeah, all right. I get those mixed up. I feel like because we watched those back to back, it kind of blurred together.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just really. It was
very
really
wow.
action packed. Like they stayed real true to the comics, which was nice. Like they didn't deviate too much, and when they do deviate, it's improving on characters, not so much. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I'm trying to like catch your drift here. Not so much.
They've been improving on characters, not just changing characters for like just because.
There.
That can be seen in Tech Knight. No, not Tech Knight. Oh shit, that's the boys. We don't want to see Tech Knight. Tech Jacket.
Tech Jacket wasn't involved yet.
Yeah, Tech Jacket's the next episode.
Yes, I believe. Actually,
no,
maybe.
No.
Yes, it is the next episode.
Tech Jacket didn't pop up in episode 4.
No, Tech Jacket was 5.
Okay, we're gonna jump a little bit around.
We're trying to.
All right, I got to use Tech Jacket as an example. You know what? We can use Amber as an example. Amber in the comics was just some white chick with red hair that was a little ditzy. Like she didn't really have a purpose much more than for Mark to like mess around with.
Mm-hmm.
And there's panels drawn where Mark's in the sky above her and she's yelling for him, but she's never looked up. Like that kind of ditzy, and you're like, okay, like, and the way they wrote Amber in the story, they overcompensated too hard in the first season and had to do damage control in season 2.
Yeah,
did she pop up in season 3?
No.
Yeah, season 1 and 2 was like an overcompensation, and then
I think if she did pop up in season 3, it was literally like the ending of
damage control.
Oh no, she wasn't season 3 because that's when
Eve went to Amber. Yeah, the college.
To also make sure it was okay that she got with Mark.
Yeah, that there you go. But by the time of Amber's character arc in the show being done, she's more than just some random chick that Mark slept with for a little bit.
Yeah.
She actually provided character development and a little bit of, what do you call them? Moral conundrums.
Yeah.
And ethical dilemmas, because it is her whole thing was like she knows he's a superhero and that's okay, but superhero life is not for everyone.
Yeah,
and she's tired of explaining why he's not here, and why he can't do things.
Tired of covering up for him because
she's out of lies and she just wants to be in a normal life.
Yeah.
But that's an example of a character that Robert Kirkman changed. If we go to episode 4, right?
Episode 4. Herm.
That one was I didn't like too much. It was
Well, it's currently the
Lowest.
most worst rated episode. It got a 6.6.
it's not the worst like thing you can watch on TV. Okay, it's not.
If it's just
It's just bad for Invincible standards. Like
yeah,
if you're like we just told you, episodes 1 through 3 were real action packed and progressing the story at a nice pace. Episode 4 is like you hit the emergency brake and it just halts everything.
yeah.
Like nothing progresses.
Everything paused.
He fought the what was the mummy guy's name?
The mummy guy.
Yeah,
I don't remember the mummy guy in this one.
he fought the mummy guy in the beginning, and that's how he got summoned because that's where he was.
Oh yeah,
Thorn. No,
I don't remember the mummy guy.
there's a mummy dude that's been coming in and out of season 1, 2, and 3 as like a gag. And Mark finally goes to fight him, and Damien Darkblood summons him to hell, thinking he was Omni-Man.
Mm-hmm.
So we get him in hell, and it really does. Funny enough, it has the best like song from the soundtrack in there, I think, for this season.
Now we're raining blood.
But it's not.
Slayer. Satan's music in the show is Slayer.
And Satan's played by Bruce Campbell, which was a nice like change of pace.
Oh yeah.
Bruce Campbell was fucking phenomenal. But from a fan point of view, this felt like a filler episode. Like
It really was, but at the same time, it provided a much little needed.
I have the same gripe with The Boys though, and it's if your season's 8 episodes, why the fuck do you have filler in them?
Yeah.
There shouldn't be any filler in 8 episodes like seasons. I feel like each episode needs to be integral and important to the story to keep progressing.
Oh yeah. Although at the same time, like while this one does feel like filler, at the same time there was that point in there where it was like he came to terms with everything. Like going back to Russ Livingston where he killed Russ. It was like he was still eating up at himself on that one, but like he finally came to terms in this episode really where it was like, all right, like this sometimes it has to be done. Like there's nothing I can do.
My thing is, yeah, he gets character development, and
That was the biggest point of this episode, but everything else was just kind of filler.
The problem I came with that is he did it in a conversation. It wasn't after the mission when he was done.
Yeah.
He came to this conclusion sitting with Damon on a cliff talking. Like he could have done this on a mountain,
Yeah.
or with Art the tailor, because he was talking to Art the tailor and he was understanding Art, and he only left because of an emergency.
Oh yeah.
Had he stayed with Art, I think he could have came to the same conclusion.
He probably could have, but then at the same time, it's also like, I don't know. I feel like Art could have done it, but at the same time, like I kind of feel like it needed to be Darkblood also because at that same time, yes, at that same time, he also got to learn about what they do, the Darkblood, and them there in, I guess, Underrealm is what they called it.
Yeah, and how they're torturing.
They're torturing to keep the rest of humanity safe, as they explained it.
Yeah, I guess you learned the lesser of two evils.
Yeah, it was quite literally like he learned there. It was like, all right, like maybe it's not so like y'all got to do this to keep everybody else safe. If I have to do this because that's the only answer, then that's the only answer. What can I do?
Yeah,
he comes to terms with what Cecil said at one point that I've always liked in this show. It's you can either save the world or be the good guys, but you can't be both.
Yeah, that's a really jaded way of thinking, though. But yeah, that's this episode. 5, 6, and 7 kind of blur together. If I'm being honest with you, it's one big. At the end of this episode, Nolan and Alan show up to recruit Mark.
Right as Eve's about to tell him that he's pregnant.
That she's pregnant.
Or she's pregnant. He's pregnant.
And they have their last meal with Paul and Debbie. And you get to see the boys go off on the ship. And then all hell breaks loose. Conquest, Lucan, and what was it? I want to. Is it Threg?
No, not
Greg.
Crad.
Crad.
But at the same time, also in that episode 4, we got the absolute atrocity of a voice actor change.
Oh, William. I didn't want to cover that.
There's as much as I don't even want to cover it. It's such like in
that voice acting change wasn't even like a nice cut. Voice actors have changed in this show, and they've done a pretty good job at covering it up. Like D.A. Sinclair's voice actor changed, Titan's voice actor changed, and the new voice actors sound as close as possible to the old ones.
Yeah, and this one just didn't.
And this one's just like, nope. They went the exact opposite direction.
No,
But yeah.
Sorry if you haven't seen that part yet. It's horrendous.
Yeah, it was.
Because then we have the dinner and so forth after Eve tries to tell him that she's pregnant.
Yeah, she doesn't tell him.
But that leads up in episode 5.
So then we get the end of 5.
Start of 5.
The end of 5. As the end of 5 start, and then we have 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so 5 ends with the boys getting stuck in space because Conquest and the other Viltrumites showed up. We have Mark's rematch with Conquest, where Mark comes out. I wouldn't say with a victory, because he definitely didn't win.
Mark barely escaped.
He just didn't lose.
He didn't lose.
He caught a hand through the stomach.
And then got unraveled like a Christmas present.
Yeah, his guts came out. It was... I'll tell you what, man. If you're eating during that scene, I feel so bad for you. That thing was disgusting.
Yeah. Unless you're eating spaghetti.
We watched Oliver get swatted.
That gave us the most perfect little meme to date.
His head almost got squished in because Oliver's overconfidence. Tech Jacket was used to being a main role and learned that she had to be a support role, which was a nice change of pace because she adapted really well.
Oh yeah,
she became a very integral support role, kind of like a healer based. So it was really nice to see her and Alan work in a tandem team and actually be like good together.
Yeah.
We end this episode with Mark on the verge of death, and Alan and Tech Jacket.
Alan and Oliver. Oh no, Alan
and Tech Jacket were on the ship, hiding in reference to Star Wars, hiding on the ship, outside the ship.
From Lucan and Crad.
Crad and Lucan were looking for looking for Alan and Tech Jacket, and then Nolan and Oliver are on a planet with Mark, looking for him, trying to figure out what to do with him.
Yeah.
That leads us to episode 6. We find out that Nolan and Oliver had patched up Mark's stomach, threw his insides in, and have been waiting and feeding him this entire time while he's been on this planet, trying to let his Viltrumite body heal itself. Alan and Tech Jacket end up going to a planet where the Coalition's fighting, and they kill Crad, right?
They did.
Is it Crad?
It's Crad because he got shot by Space Racer. They kill
Crad, and Lucan escapes. We get introduced to Space Racer.
We get to see Space Racer use
Space Racer comes out for the first time in action, and we get to see a montage of the war from the Coalition. We see them taking planets, reclaiming territories, and the cost of war and the way the lives that are being sacrificed and lost from war.
Yeah.
So we see it's a heavy burden on the General Talia. And Alan. These particular characters, it falls a heavy burden on them. While Thetis seems to be pushing, and he's real war hungry. He seems to not. He's looking at the overall picture and forgetting about details sometimes.
Yeah,
and he's pushing his Coalition too far.
We did also get that really cool speech at the very beginning of the episode before war.
Yeah, him and
Thrag.
We had conflicting speeches between Thrag and Thetis on the beginning of this war, which gave us aura farming for Thrag until the very end. No. That destroyed any goodwill that
he had.
Yeah, that he had.
Destroyed all his hype. He didn't live up to the hype. He's a fraud.
We kept getting fraud, and then Krieg got manhandled, and so did Anissa and Lucan.
All of them by Thetis. Krieg thought he was doing something, and then he was like, "Where is the betrayer?
Where is that betrayer?" And he just got like absolutely manhandled by Optimus Prime.
He got rocked, and then turned around and got rocked by Nolan right after.
Yeah, we get Nolan and Oliver finally bonding. They
bonded in the
bonded on the
episode,
planet.
yeah.
No, it's still the same episode.
This episode, yeah.
Yeah, they're waiting for Mark.
That's right.
So they're bonding on feeding Mark and training. So their relationship finally gets fixed, and it was nice to see it. Oliver could be a bit pushy sometimes, with very good reason.
Pushy and busy for lobsters.
Seems like him and the Deep are competing for the same group now. But
don't forget, he grew a beard.
He grew a peach fuzz.
That wasn't even peach fuzz, honestly. That was just like, I grew a beard. It's like, where? Sat there looking at it like, they had to zoom in on it, and then it was like, even I still sat there like, what beard? Like, where is it? It wasn't even non-existent.
No, it's crazy, right? Then we had that weird pose Oliver hit when pushing the ship. Oliver keeps getting, I don't know why, but the animators keep fucking with Oliver like really hard.
It's funny though. Don't get it wrong. Like,
yeah, it's funny, but it's like, why? Okay, so the coalition is attacked by
the Viltrumites.
Thrag and the Viltrumites. They successfully push back the Viltrumites, and we end episode 6 with
them deciding to chase after them to Viltrum.
We end up with that. Alan and Telia being upset with Thetis, saying that he doesn't care about his people.
To which all Thetis did was like, they're in a rush. Like, right now is the chance. If we follow, we can surprise them.
Before the Viltrumites are summoned back home.
Before they're summoned back home.
And
well,
yeah, they'll be shit out of luck then.
That leads us to the next episode.
But, it's we're starting to see Thetis was presented as an all like good being, and we're starting to see cracks in his morality and ethics. And we get to see it happen here, which was the original dilemma he had with the Viltrumites. Yep. So by Thrag's admission, Thetis was a great warrior, the best of his squad, and the most ruthless. So,
but
he was well respected. He was well respected amongst the Viltrumites. Yeah, you were saying his time away.
So his time away, according to Thrag, he says made him weak and question their ways.
And it all starts because Thetis is questioning whether or not this planet rebelling is a sign of strength. He believes it's a sign of strength and it should be respected. But the Viltrumites are like, you're weak, and your weakness is an insult to the galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
And we have Megatron out here
as Emperor Argol
that agrees to wipe out a quarter of the population. And General Thetis doesn't agree.
Nope.
So what does he do? He puts a bone straight through Argol's head and releases a scourge virus.
Oh yeah.
This is also the episode we get the Great Purge.
We do get to see the Great Purge from another view.
And we find out why Thrag is so gun heavy on getting Viltrum back to its original power. And that is because he feels responsible for the fall of the Empire. Had he killed Thetis, he would have never... Had he killed Thetis like he was supposed to...
Like he was presented the option to, really.
He was supposed to kill Thetis, but he chose to show mercy. And because he chose to show mercy, Thetis wiped out their emperor. The Great Purge happens, and then...
Which we see from a different light, too.
Yeah.
Not like season 1, where it was made out to be real happy and lucky. This one was more...
like grim and like sad. And then we had the Scourge virus that was developed by him. So Thrag feels responsible because the guy that he let live wiped out the entire empire.
Yep.
So, yep. Now we're here. Episode 7. We're in the present day.
We're arriving at the ring of dead Viltrumites.
And Thrag's sitting there waiting for them.
Catching them off guard.
With, was it Thula, Lucan?
Anissa, Krieg, everybody that he had with him.
And a few other unnamed Viltrumites. We see that the Ragnars are introduced from Space Racer.
Yep.
We find out that Krieg and Thetis are not on the same level, while Thetis fought Thula and Krieg back to back. Thula cut his back. Krieg opened the wound more, and Thetis broke his arm.
Yep. That was a
And
nasty break.
broke his arm. Anissa tried to fight Nolan and did not do a really good job.
No.
Oliver was okay for a little bit, holding his own while he was fighting alongside Mark. And then we get the one of the three punches that were the best. The first one was Nolan going to
hit Thrag
and Thrag sidestepping him and
he didn't
punching
even
him
sidestep. He just floated backwards.
and punched him down out of orbit
He punched him in the Viltrum.
and did it with almost no effort.
Mm-mm.
So while everybody's fighting up in space, we have Nolan and Thrag talking to each other. Thrag wants them to come back to the Viltrumites and help them reconquer and reestablish the Empire.
Promising all would be forgiven.
Nolan's upset because they tried to kill his sons. But Thrag pulled a valid point, which was you had to do the same thing when you were of age, Nolan. Like we were testing your sons.
Yeah.
We were testing your sons if they were Viltrumites or not. And it happens to the rest of the Viltrumites. Everyone's been tested here. You were tested. I was tested.
Mm-hmm.
The others back there, your brothers and sisters were tested. There's no
ifs, ands, or buts.
We didn't treat them any differently than we treat you.
Mm-hmm.
And only one of his sons passed, which was Mark.
Yeah, Oliver
didn't.
rocked.
And he looks, when Nolan refuses, he gets punched by a cyclone from
airbended.
Thrag pulls so hard, he creates a fucking cyclone.
Vacuum.
And pulls Nolan in and uppercuts him from the planet into orbit, past the ring of dead Viltrumites, which was insane.
Yep.
That's hit number 2 that's like pretty significant in this episode. And then comes hit number 3. Oliver, after being warned not to go hit Thrag on his own and fight Thrag on his own, throws a weak punch that Thrag catches, breaks his hand, and backhands his jaw off and rips his arm off in the same motion.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. The boy finally learned his lesson.
Now, I think you forgot one more punch. Although it wasn't effective in any way, shape, or form against him.
We had the demon face.
We had the demon face, Mark, telling him flat out, I killed Conquest and I can kill you too. Everybody looking surprised, and Thrag says,
show me.
Show me, and eats his punch.
His hardest punch, by the way.
That's still like a nasty scene to watch.
With a headbutt and a demon face pop up.
And then looks at him and goes, I'm not impressed. And just proceeds to whoop his shit.
Backhands him and doesn't really deal too much with him anymore.
No, not towards the end.
Tells him he could have had potential and he could have been a Viltrumite. He called Oliver a disgusting bug and an insult to his people. And we have Nolan, Thetis, Space Racer, and Mark punch a hole through the planet of Viltrum and it detonate the entire planet.
They explode it. And that's because at the same time,
Space Racer's gun does not get stopped by anything in its path. So Space Racer shoots a path to the core while the 3 generations of Viltrumites, punch a hole through the planet.
Yep.
It's a spectacular thing to watch.
I think the other spectacular part was watching Thrag not flinch an inch as Space Racer's gun literally fired mere inches from his fucking face.
Didn't flinch, didn't move.
Flinch, didn't move, did nothing.
We get the planet blowing up, which was nice. And then we get probably one of the best death scenes in the show, which was Thetis. Thetis had been proven as a very powerful Viltrumite throughout this whole last couple of episodes. He had been beating everybody really easily and tells the Viltrumites you only have one choice, which is to surrender. And Thrag, in tears, says no. Choose death. Opens a fucking rock in half.
Zooms through it and then just proceeds to grab Thetis by the face
and rip his head
off
clean
in one
off.
motion.
and not even he didn't even leave the head like that. He claims that Emperor Argyl's been avenged
and
squishes it
like Nolan did to Ridrush.
Yeah,
but with less effort.
And then we get Nolan and Thrag. I would say fighting, but it really wasn't.
It was not. No.
Thrag put belt to fucking ass.
He did.
Actually did. Like he didn't. He punched so hard that when Nolan blocked it, Nolan's forearm got destroyed.
Yeah. He moved so fast too. Like it was insane.
Mark couldn't outpace him, and Mark was shown to be faster than Nolan at times.
Mark couldn't run away. Like
Mark couldn't fly away. Nolan couldn't fly away. Nolan took a spectacular ass beating and caught a hand through the stomach, and Mark almost got crushed like Thetis. Yeah. Had it not been for the planet Viltrum being exploded, Mark would have died. Thrag spared his life under the conditions that they had lost enough Viltrumites.
Yeesh. And then at the same time, at the Purge, we got robbed of a potential battle between Conquest and Thrag.
We lost Battle Beast somewhere in there.
Battle Beast got thrown out like a child's toy. He's like, finally, my thirst for battle, and just got picked up and thrown away.
But I mean, we kind of speed rushed this, but we have to recap these episodes for you, and we're gonna give you a full
more
season opinion, and we'll go with an in-depth collection of our thoughts, maybe even a ranking of the episodes. We have potential ideas for this, but time to get to the finale. The finale was no, it wasn't lackluster. It was well deserved. You couldn't outpace the action from season 7, the penultimate episode.
Oh no!
And it was a bit crazy. Like, it was just crazy. It was a bit like Mark and Nolan go home to the Viltrumites, and we wrap up a lot of the story plot lines. Nolan and Debbie finally start back on solid ground again.
Because Debbie and Paul separated at some point.
And in those three episodes we were gone from Earth, they separated. Nolan and Cecil make up a little bit.
I wouldn't really call that one making up.
It's definitely a start.
It's a start for sure.
Cecil still doesn't trust him, but it's a start on like goodwill protection again. We get Sinclair and Cecil trying to open a portal to find Rex and
Monster Girl,
which didn't go well. And then we get
Debbie left.
Eve.
To go be with.
We get Thick Eve. We get to see we've never seen consequences from Mark leaving, and we'll touch on that when we touch on the series review. Mm-hmm. But we finally see consequences of Mark leaving. Eve has this abortion, and from the stress of Mark being gone, she gains a bit of weight. She stops using her powers. It's real. We get to see what happens to people when their loved ones are out.
Yep.
Regardless of them being a superhero and understanding the job, it's still stressful. We get to see Debbie upset that Oliver's injured on a random planet. We get to see her be a mother. We see all that she raised Oliver throughout this time, but we never seen her really. Oliver's never been hurt like that, so we've never had to see her care for her the way that she's had to care for Mark and his injuries.
Yeah, so like Oliver was hurt prior with Conquest, but we just never saw it because Mark was in such worse shape.
And we didn't see it, and then we finally get to see that. So we see Debbie's actually like concerned about both boys. Yeah, which is good. Debbie stands up for herself. She's not a pushover like she is in the comics. And it's nice.
Oh yeah.
What else happened?
We have the schizophrenia moments.
Yeah, we get to see Mark with PTSD, and that was a huge factor because we've never seen any superheroes. You know what we did? We saw Iron Man with PTSD in Iron Man 3. We see Mark with PTSD now. He's so outclassed and overpowered that Mark feels helpless, and he's got these images of Thrag killing loved ones throughout the episode.
Loved ones and friends. Debbie.
He's got
Eve, William, and Cecil.
The only exception was William and the college campus. That was Anissa. But the rest of the time, Thrag's been his giant boogeyman.
Yep.
And it gets to a point where he's upset and he's not sure what to do. His conflict with Cecil is finally resolved. He stopped fighting Cecil. He went to go debrief with Cecil, and
He even accepted the help that
he got
turned
extra
down.
help. Yeah, we can see Cecil being real genuine with him for the first time in a while. He wasn't trying to manipulate him or trick him. We saw him genuinely go check on Mark when he was going through his episode.
Yeah. He was like whatever you need, like we got you. He was there. He was showing like
We're here for you. We're on the same team. The only part I have a real discrepancy with is their fucking warning system is absolutely useless. The Coalition sends up a warning system to detect Viltrumites, and there's fucking all of them on the planet already.
well, it was the detective of Viltrumite cruiser entered the system.
I thought it was to detect the Viltrumites in the system.
Viltrumite cruiser. Nolan said we're setting up an alert system, so if a Viltrumite cruiser enters within the solar system, it will alert the coalition of planets.
And
To which
we'll get
Cecil
there.
got pissed off.
Yeah, 2 week turnaround time for one fucking Viltrumite can destroy the planet, much less 40 of them.
Yep.
And I can see why Cecil was pissed, but also I think Cecil should have gave them the technology to teleport.
Yeah.
I feel like they could have, between the Coalition technology and Earth's technology, they could have figured out how to do not transcontinental, transgalactal, universal travel.
Yeah.
They could have figured out a way to do universal travel between the Coalition and Earth
But at the same
for
time,
immediate help.
yeah. At the same time, I also feel like Cecil just doesn't want that anyway.
Yeah, Caesar don't want that tech out, but it's
Because we also have him sitting there looking at Nolan afterwards, like, get the fuck off my planet.
what else
Like,
happened?
you don't want him there.
We see Thrag for the potential last time. We see Mark go on a flight. Eve directs him to go on a flight to clear his mind, and we get to see him go.
We get to see Freddie Mercury.
We get to see him ride across the planet, go all the way into space, and he sees Thrag. He thinks he's tripping and he's having another episode, and it's not.
It's not.
That's the real Thrag. And we get to watch Thrag eat these punches like he's Don Fry and throw Mark by the face, which I think is severely demeaning. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I get you being right. When you normally push someone, you push him by the hip or you push him by the chest, right?
Mm-hmm.
He grabbed Mark by the face like he was a child, fully palmed him in the head, and threw him without any effort.
Yeah. Because there's also, we found out that there's only 37 remaining Viltrumites.
37, not including Oliver, because Thrag doesn't count Oliver. He calls him a
No.
bug. But yeah, there's no.
And, well, we get the ultimatum, too.
He gives him a choice. He can stay. The Viltrumites can stay and repopulate, or the Viltrumites can fight Earth and destroy Earth and most likely die with the planet because the Coalition will finish them off.
Yep.
And Mark has to make the decision for the good of the planet. As we saw in the past, Mark never backs down. His stance is no, always been no. I'm not going to do that. And we finally see him break. He puts his own ego aside and considers the people of Earth for the first time.
Yep. Because Thrag was saying that they will quietly live among them and disappear to repopulate and rebuild their society. And they won't aid or injure anyone so long as he agrees and they don't find them. They don't search for them.
I wonder how they decided how to blend in with life, because then we get this like great montage of an angry Lucan in a business suit walking on a business street. We get Anissa walking in the park getting whistled at, and we get our boy General Krieg with a motorcycle, a pack of reds, and a new girl, bro. If their goal is to repopulate, they should have all been bikers.
What's funny, I keep seeing stuff on it. Apparently, everybody's like, Krieg took Red Rush's girl.
Oh, I keep seeing that because the animation,
They
the
look
animators,
so similar.
the animators keep using stock animation. Even
Yeah.
Oliver and Rex look the same. Robot, I'm sorry, right?
Yeah, well, that one was, I think, done on purpose. But
Rex and Oliver look the same. Like they use the same character model, just turn him purple.
yeah,
So they do that to save money. But it was kind of funny because it did look like Red Rush's girl.
yeah. Because the last thing that we get at the end is Mark questioning what he did, only to hear Thrag saying, "You saved the lives of every living being on this planet." And weirdly enough, you are our savior. And he leaves.
The weird with ultimatums like this, the villain leaves with a very proud or arrogant tone of voice and posture, demeanor to him, right?
Thrag didn't.
Thrag didn't. Thrag looked really sad looking at Mark, like, you're the last of our people, and you can tell he really cares about the Viltrumites in his own little fucked up way.
And it is exactly in his own fucked up way. It's like
he loves
you are
the
our savior.
Viltrumites, and he looks at Mark with almost like a longing, like he would like to get to know Mark, or
he would welcome Mark into the Empire if Mark would accept, but he knows he won't.
And he respects Mark for his because Mark is formidable amongst Viltrumites. As much as we shit on Mark for throwing that punch and the demon face of Thrag coming up, Mark's overpowered almost every Viltrumite he's been against. Like, to kill Conquest was a crazy feat,
and let alone to choke him out and kill Conquest.
Yeah,
he didn't he laid a little bit of a whooping on him, but he choked him out, and that's how he finished him.
That's after Conquest caught a full breath of air too.
Yeah.
So that was impressive. Like, Thrag, in the comics, Thrag is a generic villain. Not a generic as in a... Yeah, he is generic. He's just, fuck you. I'm going to do what I want. I'm the asshole. I'm the ruler. And you don't do what I say, I'll kill you. In the show, they changed his attitude quite a bit. He's for the people. He's no different than Thetis.
Yeah.
He's fighting for his people. He's conquering to regain his strength. The Viltrumites were indoctrinated and raised to believe that the strong should lead, the strong should take. Us ruling
is our destiny.
Peace in the galaxy.
Yeah. Actually, there was a lot to that one, honestly. Like, it was it's really interesting to watch the way that he left.
Yeah,
because it really was. He literally was just like,
he looked sad.
Like, he looked sad, and it was like, in a funny way, you are our savior. And then he left with, I believe that the only other words he said after that was, "You'll never hear from me again."
Yeah, and even at that, it was very...
he seemed upset to have said it.
Yeah, he was a little upset about it. And it left us with this ambiguity on what's going to happen next. Because Alan, we cut back to Alan on the coalition. Alan's the new leader, and he gets the burden of knowledge. Thetis tells him he has a new scourge virus developed, which no one knew about, but that the new development in the scourge virus was not only to target Viltrumite DNA, but to target those with similar DNA.
Yep.
And that's what makes Mark so special, is that humans and Viltrumites have compatible DNA, almost to a point where Mark's a full-blooded Viltrumite.
Yeah.
I think I don't know if it was Nolan or Cecil. I think Cecil said it. He had his blood being tested. Mark's 99.9% Viltrumite.
Yeah.
The genetics were so close together that it just didn't...
It didn't change anything.
And that's where our conflict for season 5 is now. Alan has to decide whether or not to go kill the Viltrumites on Earth. Alan's under a lot of pressure as a new coalition leader to try and figure out what to do with everyone here. There's no... The council for the coalition wants him to wipe out the Viltrumites, including Mark and Nolan. Thetis wants him to do the same thing. And Alan knows that these Viltrumites can change and that there could be good people, so he's in an ethical dilemma whether or not to wipe out this planet of people to save an entire galaxy.
Yeah.
Or to run the risk that they could change while they're on Earth. And they could be a non-conquering force anymore and just live on Earth peacefully.
Yeah.
And that's a real decision to make. The need of the many versus the need of the few. What do you do here? What factors play a role here?
Yeah.
So it tees up season 5 really well.
Oh yeah, it really does.
Do you have any thoughts?
On the show?
Oh, on this episode.
On this last episode?
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, we kind of hit all my thoughts. Like, I'm very hooked on the ending of the season there with Thrag and Mark. Like, it was a very interesting sequence of events to have watched.
Yeah.
So I'm really interested to see where that plays into moving forward and so forth. But we gotta wait a year.
Yeah, we gotta wait a little bit, but that's okay.
We got time.
We got time to kill. So, do you want a series like a thought on the recap of the season, or
thought on the recap of the season? Out of the whole season, my absolute favorite episode, I believe, is episode 5 of
Conquest
of this season. Conquest,
Okay.
and Mark, or not Mark, Oliver. That was funny. It made me laugh. I still go back and I look at it.
Mine, I think, was episode 7.
Episode 7? Episode 7 was really good too. I liked 5 for the sequence with Conquest. Like, especially the little tease, like, oh yeah, he's not dead. Just kidding, he's dead.
Yeah, just kidding, he's dead. I forgot about that one. That one was like, oh shit, is he alive? But
I like that episode quite a bit.
Yeah.
Out of the season. In terms of adding to character wise, I think out of the season, 4 did that one the best. Although it was a little bit of like, what the fuck are we doing? It gave a lot of development there, which was needed and very much appreciated on my end, at least. Otherwise, episode 5, the sequence of Conquest, I really liked. And then I really liked watching Thrag in episode 7.
Funny enough, the action's not why I go back and watch episode 7, but the conversation he has with Nolan.
It's a very good conversation. Too.
What intrigues me about that is you see the micro expressions on Nolan's face change. The animators did a good job where Nolan's thinking about it, where he's considering going back to his people.
Mm-hmm.
But it's Thrag's points, his arguments that shows that the reason why he's the ruler of the Viltrumites isn't solely because he's the strongest, but because he can also be diplomatic when he needs to be.
That's very true. They played that part really well there.
He chooses to converse with people before he goes and shows full strength, and that's a true sign of a leader, which is to know when to show your physical strength and when to negotiate.
Yeah. I think that part was done really well right at the end when Nolan full-blown was like, no, this is it. And we had the sequence of the death of any Viltrumite pains me dearly.
And Lee Pace does a good job on his line delivery. That's the voice actor for Thrag.
He does.
And I saw him in The Hobbit. He was the king of the elves. And I noticed that he has quite a bit of acting. His monologuing is very interestingly. It doesn't just it doesn't bore you.
It doesn't.
Keeps you entertained and intrigued and wanting more. Even when he's talking to Mark and Mark tells him no at the end of season 7, you see at the end of episode 8, you see him go from a neutral stance down to a fighting stance very slowly. He switches his feet up, ready to punch.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay.
He talked and...
If you must, we will. And even at that, he doesn't attack. He waits for Mark to do something. He waits for him to move.
He's not rash.
In case of a diplomatic change where it's like, okay, well, I'll wait for him to move because if he changes his mind, we can avoid conflict.
Yeah.
It makes him more compelling as a villain. And I don't even know if he is a villain.
I don't know. Like they make it very compelling in those 2 episodes there where it's like you've been built up to be a part of this giant villain empire, but all you're showing is that you're not.
What did Cecil call them? Space Nazis?
Yes.
And yeah, you assume they're like space Nazis where they're like purely driven and evil, and Thrag is putting in... Lee Pace puts an extra dimension on Thrag that's not supposed to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And that should be a testament to his acting and the writing of Robert Kirkman in the script.
Oh, yeah.
But I digress.
Very good on none. I was very, very pleased with this season.
Yeah, I was too. I know I complained about episode 4, but it was still a good episode.
It really was.
Do we have our song of the week?
We do have our song of the week coming to us straight out of the Invincible show itself. Granted to us much prior before the show, but could you take any guesses on what song it may be?
Was it Blood?
No, it's not out of this season.
Is that out of this season?
It's not out of this season.
Damn.
That would have been too easy if it was, because the only one that we really got was Slayer.
Who have we gotten in this show that's been like crazy?
We have one big group that was in this show. They were in season 2, episode 4.
Episode 4.
If you would like a hint, Nolan had just, this was Nolan's viewpoint basically when he was going to Thrax.
Oh, it's Avalanche, isn't it? From Nick Cave and the
No,
Bad Seeds.
I don't believe it was. I know this one was. I believe it was. It's our song of the week is Karma Police.
Oh, Karma Police. That was episode 1 though. Damn,
episode
man.
1?
That was episode 1, season 2.
Damn, I made okay.
That's why I was like,
I was like close. Okay, I was close then.
yeah,
I
I was
got my
like,
source wrong.
had you said episode 1, I was like, oh, Karma Police.
My source was wrong. Okay, my bad.
No, you're good. That was a great one too, though.
It was. So that is our song of the week today. Is Karma Police
From
starting us out on the song at about 25 seconds in.
Radiohead.
Here we go. That is our song of the week, Karma Police by Radiohead.
Yeah, that's a great song. Give it a listen to, guys. It's one of those things that it's kind of like an earworm. You hear it once and you're like, oh shit, I gotta hear it again.
Yep.
You gotta kind of burn it out of your ear.
You got to get it out of the system.
But you got any more thoughts or things to cover?
I don't for this episode today.
We're gonna cover round 2 for NBA playoffs. We will cover Invincible season 1, 2, and 3 in a future episode.
They might get their own episode.
We haven't decided that yet.
Point.
The boys is gonna get a recap for season 5, and we'll probably do the same thing with their own seasons. At some point, I do want to talk about the Amazing Digital Circus.
I still need to watch, so
that's future content coming up.
we're gonna wait till it's finished.
Thank you all for tuning in tonight. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.